Hey, welcome back to the channel. You get a little sneak preview of what we got. We got rid of the F-150 King Ranch. I went to another vehicle. You'll see soon if you can't tell what it is. So we went back to the Nissan Frontier, which I think I'm going to sell or hand over to my son. He needs a vehicle. And we're going to take the Curt. We did take the Curt brake controller out of that. I used it temporarily. It worked fine. But my son's probably not going to be hauling a tandem trailer. If anything, for his lawnmower, he said probably a single axle, 5x8, 6x10, 6x12, something like that. So he doesn't need a brake controller. So only when you get up to, well over 1,000 pounds. I haul weight. I need one in this vehicle. And so we took it out because he's not going to use it. No sense of leaving it because these are almost $300. This is a Curt. And because it's in an exploded view, what we're going to do now is we reached up here, and I got to tell you what this is, right? This is a 21 Nissan Titan SV. So you reach up by the emergency brake, the parking brake. I pressed it down. You reach right up here, you grab the plug, and the plug dropped down right here. See that? Now we take our plug, which is already mounted. See what we did last time? Remember that? We already did all this, and it should go right into that plug, which we're going to check. Should be the same. See that? I don't want to do it quite yet. We haven't found a spot to put it, but we're going to take the brake controller, which has this connector on it, and snap it in there, but I got to rewire it because we couldn't get it out of the vehicle because you're doing the clips. So that's their poor design right here, is to get this apart, all them pins are going to bend. I decided not to do that. So I clipped them all a little bit different length, and we're going to solder seal, shrink and seal, whatever we do, crimp and seal. And then we need to put the brake control. It can go any direction. We're going to mount it up there with zip ties up out of the way. We got a little bit of excess wire we could probably tuck down behind this kick panel. I reached up here and squeezed and then pried, and I popped this connector off right there. Pops this box out, and I was going to drill this out, and Dawson said, why don't we just use a sticker? So in the box we already had 3M stickers. We can actually use this other base that comes with it, put the sticker on it, and we can stick it right there. Look how nice that'll be tucked away. It's not going to be sticking out, my knees banging on it. What I wanted to do in my pile of junk over here now, right where this owner's manual is right here in this little box is where the Nissan brake controller, electronic, like we had in the F-150 goes. They're about 500 and something, and then you got to tear the console out, this off, that off. There's a lot of things to take apart just to get in there and work on it. And I said, I don't want to get into that. This is much easier. I already had the controller. I purchased it used. I shouldn't say that. It was new from a guy who got two. He ordered it off of Amazon. I was like, well, I don't know, $100, something like that. And I said, what a deal. So, no brainer. I'm going to reuse it. So, what we're going to do is go ahead and put the sticker on. And we're going to put the sticker on this base. And then we got to cut a little hole in it for the wire. We're going to stick her on like that. And it's 3M, so it should be pretty good stuff. And then, I don't know if I want to tear the sticker off yet, but I got to cut a notch out for the wire. So let me poke that wire through that. I'll be back. So like I said, I could put this up there, which I probably should have done, but I'd have to drill holes in it. I'm going to save this, put it in if I ever take it out. So I put a double-sided large tape on. Then I'm going to tear this off. I'm going to leave this vertical piece sticking down. And I'm going to center it on there and just press and hold for a little bit. And that 3M tape should hold it there because it doesn't weigh anything. And then I'm going to put the wire through it and we'll click it on. So I'll just see if I can feel it. So I'll see you in a minute. So I poked it through. Now I'm bringing the unit up just like this. And then there's 1 through 10. So I'm going to line my clip up. Our wire will go right in there and disappear. And then I get her in there right like that. And then I'm going to click it Check it out. That kind of looks good with the silver, don't it? I would say. So now what I got to do is do these wire connections. We put a box in here to keep the truck clean. We're going to do the final connection afterwards. We're not going to put power to it yet. So we're using the smallest one. We bypassed both wires. We're going to attempt to use a heat gun. Probably not hot enough, so we'll probably be using a torch. We got our solder seal connectors in. They all melted in nice, and let her cool. And I think I'm going to wrap a little tape around them. I should have probably put extra shrink sleeve on there. I always want to double them because you never know if a wire would pick out, you know. So I wrapped each individual wire after we did the solder seal. Then I wrapped the whole thing to give this a little bit of strength. And then now we just take and plug it back in. Now that it's snapped in, plugged together, this unit can be any direction or angle, but it makes sense if this could face downward. You could read the part number or somewhere you could reach it. And I'm going to go up in where there's no pedals in the way, nothing. Get it mounted high and use some zip ties, put the extra wire where I need it, whatever, get it cleaned up. And then we're going to plug this into that. We'll plug this together. I don't want to do it just yet. So I snap this in right here. We've got it right against that metal bracket. I don't know if you can see it right there. Now we're going to take these and get these moved up, keep them out of here so we don't have to see them. Dawson's going to lay under here and he's going to put a couple zips and he's going to flip these wires up in the air and clean that up for us. There, see the backup camera in this one. You can see the Nissan Frontier over there. So we're going to get back up to the other trailer. I see Dawson pointing, but he's kind of standing in the way. I can't see. I got to put a sticker on the front of that trailer so I can get right exactly to the ball. Check that out. There it is. Now I can see it. Check it out at one try. Think that needs a little oil? Get out the oil. Just testing the tailgate, make sure it's not in the way. Gotta put extra straps in there. We got lights. I got the 4-ways on. We got blocks by the wheels. We got lights. We got 4-ways. Awesome. So now let's go test the brake controller. Go ahead and close that. After you get your wheel chocks here, we'll move her forward. All right, so now we press it in. There's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll stop at 7, I guess. And now we'll drive ahead and try it. So I'm looking back at the trailer. I press the button. Look at that. She works. Stops our truck dead. So thanks for watching. Just a little bit of basically the same thing we did in the Frontier. We just installed the brake controller, doing the least amount of damage to the vehicle, and we just came through one of these little switch knockouts. It's out of the way. I'm not going to hit my knee. I'm not going to hit my foot. There's no huge brake controller in here. Instruction, make it look terrible. Not bad looking. Digital. You can control it. You can change the lights on it. You can, you know, dim it down, brighten it up at night. And it's 7,000 pound axle. Weight rating, 3,500 pound axle, 7,000 pound trailer. And it works great. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.